bipartisan find solution for our community and to be with all the people that are coming and keep them safe. And just thank you for this possibility. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you for that, Ms. Vice President. With that, we will move on to the approval of the agenda. So those that are online, you guys should be able to see my screen. The number ending in 4596, can you provide a name? Can you provide a name so I can put you on the list?
Emerson Tate.
Emerson Tate. Okay, thank you for joining.
Veteran.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Go ahead and put yourself back on mute, either *6, and then the number ending in 0279. *6 to unmute. And if you could provide a name so I could put you on the sign-in sheet. Okay, we'll move on to the approval of the agenda. Madam Secretary, can I get you to read the agenda to the record?
Number 1, development variance. 2, reports, the chapter and committee reports. Number 2, presentation. Number 3, ARPA project update from the warehouse. Sanford Lake electrical breakers renovation for renewal. Number 3, old business. Number 4, new business. All right, everybody look at your agenda. Resolution TBK 2025-066-001, accepting and approving the February 2025 budget report. Number 2, TBK 2025-066-002, accepting and approving monthly cash receipt deposit for February 2025 in the amount of $677.40 as budgeted. Number 3, TBK 2025-066-033-003, approving and supporting house discretionary assistance to eligibility of applicants at the amount of $450 to their selected vendors. Number 4, TBK 2025-066-004, approving and supporting the budget transfer of $1,000 from Fund 36-6322 diesel fuel to Fund 36-6321 gasoline vehicle 1,000 to cover the shortfall to the date that were not anticipated. Number 5, TBK 2025-066-005, approving and supporting the budget transfer of $256.62 from 03-6604 catering to Fund 03-6303 operating supplies $256.62 to cover the shortfall to date that were not anticipated. 6, TBK 2025-066-006, requesting and urging the nomination council to amend Legislation 012-25 to reallocate police resources for Nansana, Ojeto, Shanto, and Ts'ah Bii Nas region, urging the Navajo Nation President to employ a dedicated security detail and return police officers to the community control duties, emphasizing the immediate needs for a public safety building in Ts'ah Bii area. 7, TBK 2025-066-007, approving and supporting the budget transfer of $29,739.60 from 36-6380 building material to Fund 36-6101-21 salary and temporarily $29,739.60 to cover the shortfall to date that were not anticipated. Number 8, TBK 2025-066-008, approving and supporting the budget transfer of $521.28 from 36-6501 repair and maintenance vehicles construction equipment to fund 36-6801 construction equipment, $521.28 to cover the shortfall to the date that were not anticipated. 5, announcement. Secondary food distribution on Monday, March 24th, 2025. 6, updating schedule meeting. And planning meeting Monday, April 7th at 10 o'clock. 2, chapter meeting Friday, March 7th. Another chapter meeting Monday 14th. We move that. 4, district meeting Monday, March 10th. Committees meeting Wednesday, March 12th. Agency grazing committee to be available. Club C meeting Friday, March 28th.
10 o'clock.
At 10 o'clock. TBK Veterans meeting March 3rd. Number 9, Nelson Regional Council, Saturday, April 5th at Shanto. Adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Madam Secretary. All right, with that, the agenda has been read into the record. I will go ahead and entertain a motion. Miss Irene, thank you. Second. Sandoval, there we go. All right, with that, we have a motion by Irene, second by Mr. Sandoval. Questions, comments, or concerns? Okay, we have one item on here that we'll go ahead and add. The Western Agency Grazing Meeting is going to be hosted March 18th at 10 a.m. March 18th, 10 a.m. in Tuba City. Again, that's the Western Agency Grazing Meeting. That's March 18th at 10 a.m. Is that going to be daylight or standard?
Daylight.
Daylight. Again, we're going back to daylight. So we'll be springing forward. Everything else here, like here at the chapel, will also be going forward as well. So with that, that's the only change. We'll move on to calling for the vote. All those in favor, please raise your hand up high. Okay. For those online, let's go ahead and go there. Linda votes yes, thank you. Okay. Geraldine, how do you vote? Emerson, how do you vote? Again, that's *6 to unmute. Elroy, how do you vote?
Me in favor.
26, thank you. 27, I mean. Okay. Again, you guys can also put it in the chat if you guys want to. But other than that, we have 27 in favor, opposed, and abstain. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like 4 abstain. All right, with that, we have 27 in favor, 0 opposed, and 4 abstain. With that, agenda passes. 27 in favor, 0 opposed, 4 abstain. Okay, moving on to the chapter meeting minutes for February 10th, 2025. Again, I'll go ahead and just give you a quick overview on that. February 10th, 2025, 10 a.m. Zoom information is provided. We have the president who calls meeting to order at 11:07 in the morning. We did invocation by Priscilla. Agenda was read by Priscilla. Correction, approval of the agenda by Priscilla Sosi, Laverne Blake. Vote is 727 approved, 0 opposed, and 2 abstain. Approval of last meeting minutes, we have Irene Hanani to motion, second by Jamie Notestein. Vote 26 approved, 0 opposed, 3 abstain. The chapter president provided the reports basically stating that we met with ADOT, NDOT to go ahead and get the N16 reviewed, all that other good stuff. VP and Secretary Treasurer both provided thanks to the community. And then the manager also provided the update on his project for ARPA. Community representatives also provided their information regarding to adhere to the COVID protocols due to everybody getting sick. Billy Goodman provided their update regarding the funds available in the trust funds, and that we have funds available here at the chapter house also for veterans to take that. Jamie Newstein provided the information again regarding ADOT and NDOT issues regarding the safety concerns on also State Route 98. Delegate was not part of the in the meeting, nor was the LDA. Grazing representative provided the information regarding grain purchasing, and then also the resolution regarding the feral horses roundup. And then warehouse, they were providing the information regarding the concrete will be poured soon, possibly during the weather, and then construction to be completed, expected to be completed by September. And then NTUA also provided their information regarding the working with NTUA. Number 1, we provided the budget report, which was motioned by Jamie Notestein, Priscilla Sosi, 28 in favor, 0 opposed, 2 abstain. Number 2 was the receipt deposits, motioned by Mary Alice, second by Patty Grisham, 28 approved, 0 opposed, 2 abstain. Accepting the student financial assistance, and that was by Patty Grisham, second by Laverne Blake, 28 in favor, 0 opposed, 2 abstain. And then this was a budget transfer for construction equipment to the salaries and whatnot. This is a part of the ARPA funds, looks like. That was motioned by Irene, second by Renelda, 29 in favor, 0 opposed, 1 abstain. Budget transfer again for the administration, motion by Patty, second by Laverne. Vote was 29 in favor, 0 opposed, 3 abstain. Number 6, which is urging the nomination BIA to waive the identification cards and fees, and then also have Vital Records Office have card printing accessibility or capabilities to all agencies. Motion by Patty and second by Jamie. Vote is 29 in favor, 0 opposed, 3 abstain. Sporting House Bill 2336, which is establishing Native American veteran license plate. That was voted by Priscilla Sosi, second by Paul Tate. 32 approved, 0 opposed, 2 abstain. Requesting the NDOT and BIA to for the Navajo Route 16 to be inputted into the Tribal Transportation Improvement Program to get full pavement and drainage improvements. Was motion by Elizabeth Blake, second by Patty Grisham, 33 approved, 0 opposed, and 1 abstain. And then supporting the resolution for Shanto governance to do business site leases and all that good stuff. That was a motion by Irene, second by Mary Alice, and 33 approved, 0 opposed, 1 abstain. Then this was the resolution regarding the roundup for the grazing, which was the motion by Renelda Willie, second by Patty. Vote is 30 approved, 0 opposed, 5 abstain. And then this one here was another opposition to the legislation 13923, which is the relating the repeal from the Marriage Act. And that one was motioned by Irene, second by our Ernie, with the 21 approve, 5 opposed, and 9 abstain. Number 12, which is requesting to have BIA now in DOT, to have regular maintenance on North Route 16, to have mowing services, repair of roads, cattle guard cleaning, repairs, fencing maintenance, and also to ensure public safety and infrastructure integrity, which was motioned by, again, this was combined. Number 12 and 13 were combined by Patty, second by Irene, vote 27 in favor with 8 opposed. Number 13, which is also the same, but this one here is to include the south of Route 16, which is for the mowing services and all the other items that we requested, which was 27 approved, 0 opposed, and 8 abstained. Number 14, which is again a budget transfer for the administration, motion by Jamie Notestein, second by Priscilla, with 25 in favor, 5 opposed, and 10 abstained. All right, number 15, which is approving the budget transfer, again for the administration, which is Jamie Notestein, a motion, second by Priscilla. Vote is 26 in favor, 0 opposed, and 9 abstained. 16, which is supporting the Topeka establishing a new chapter savings and money market account to ensure FDIC insurance and enhance financial security, which is motion by Mary Alice, second by Patty. Vote is 25 in favor, 0 opposed, 10 abstained. And then number 17, which is to compensate the public employment individuals for President's Day, the holidays that are coming up, which is National Sovereignty Day, Memorial Day, Independence Day. Motion by Ronelda, second by Priscilla. Excuse me, Priscilla. Vote is 27 in favor, 0 opposed, 8 abstain. And then number 18 is also the chapter administrative budget transfers, which is approved by Ronelda, which is also to combine 18, 20, and 21, which is second by Silva and Marks, 28 in favor, 0 opposed, and 6 abstain. 19, which is supporting the veteran for the veteran assistance. Motion by Ronelda, second by Priscilla, 27 in favor, 0 opposed, and 8 abstain. Number 20, which is the ARPA temporary laborers to be compensated on President's Day, Nation Day, Sovereignty Day, now Memorial Day, Independence Day. Motion by Ronelda, second by Sylvia, which is 28 in favor, 0 opposed, and 6 abstain, which is also combined. Number 21, which is also the veterans eligibility for the hardship, which is approved by Ronelda, second by Sylvia, with vote of 28 in favor, 0 opposed, and 6 abstain. Had announcements. We're closed on President's Day. We had the following meetings here. We adjourned at 2:37 p.m. Motion by Ronelda, second by Ernie. Approval by 28, 0 opposed, and 8 abstain. Signed by myself. That's the chapter meeting minutes from the last meeting. Now, with that, being that it's been read into the record, we will move over to entertaining for a vote to approve the last chapter meeting minutes. Do I have a motion? Patty? Oh. Oh, okay. Motion, second. Irene? Go ahead.
Patty, Irene.
Okay, all right. Patty, then Irene, your second. All right, Patty, go ahead.
What's the number?
Number 9. Oh,
I'm quite motion that affection towards the again. It's probably by this one.
Irene Honani? Okay. Let me change that then. I'll change that here shortly. Make sure it's correct.
Thank you for the correction.
Let me highlight it and then I'll make sure I change the spelling. to make sure it's correct. Okay. All right, with that, any other comments, questions, corrections? If none, we have that correction. If none, we'll go ahead and move on to the vote. All those in favor, raise your hand. 10, 11, 12, 66, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. All right, 25. So I got Emerson. How do you vote? 26, 27. Thank you. Linda and Geraldine. Okay. That 27 in favor. Opposed. Abstain. 4. All right. With that, meeting minutes for last meeting minutes for February 10th, 2025 was motion by Patty, second by Irene. Votes 27 in favor, 0 opposed, with 4 abstained. Moving on to committee reports. Let's try to keep these under 3 minutes, please. So, with that, I wanted to go ahead and give you guys my report. We went ahead and worked with the NDOT, ADOT. We also are working with OEH to get the sewer lagoons. We're also working on proposed locations throughout the area to possibly put 2 additional lagoons for septic tank or for septic. And then also we're working on the warehouse. Hopefully we'll be able to get that finished here, at least getting the foundation and everything up and running here. We're currently pushing them to try to get these things going. And also another thing was we are an emergency, the president had issued an emergency declaration. And so those that are elderly and the most critical, please provide some information to us. That way we can give them wood, whether they need chopped woods or wood pellets. And then also food boxes. That way we can assist you guys with that, because now, as you guys can see, it's snowing, it's cold. So as long as we can give you guys some of that assistance, we can surely help you guys out with that. And also another thing is we do plan on possibly having another dry season this year. So I want you guys to really adhere to preparing for the upcoming heat, I guess you could say. And so prepare for that. We're also working on with council delegate to provide us information regarding the Head Start program. We've worked with we spoke with the representative with Head Start to get that process going, to get a permanent foundation, but also a permanent foundation and a permanent building for that. And then we're also working diligently on trying to get that public safety building down there at the Crossroads area. We're also working on the rural addressing, like as you guys had stated, as we showed you guys earlier this year, is we possibly be getting that hopefully finalized at the end of this month, and then signs by April. And then we'll be able to have those up there. And then that's where summer youth employment will be able to put those stakes in. So other than that, that's my report. So we'll go ahead and move on over to Vice President.
Grazie. C'è corretta qua allora lo shutdown is today. I don't know what half mile north from here. Allora ministrare che sono che ci tacci c'è anche che ci sono allora ci fa che se so anche in the call can so contract on the top encourage you guys to tell others so you can start sooner for a meeting. The special vulnerability about the last meeting. So then one thing I wanna add is, I guess, one of my friends, she works at the plant. I guess from the information, this is the information, the, I used to, this is, it's like a mandatory mask again for staff in this, clinic. So just because of the respiratory season and the nasal operating. So yesterday she started, yeah. So I guess it's mandatory to use these, if you're gonna get seen at the health center. Or so we have to see some care.
Thank you for that. Move on over to Secretary Treasurer.
Kaya personal knowledge, including the one country and come on, if you don't know you, the Shannon. I thought you should think this is just email later. We're all local. I had one more time, it's just like, it really matters. So, yes, I will try and keep up with our little, accommodation there. Right, I heard that you were saying water, and I rented a chapter house. And not house is where it's water for you guys. Anything that you want, I have a coffee that live and we got purchased some quick coffee and some goodies. Take advantage of it because it's because of you that we're out here. One thing I really meant you, school board go, 6 schools, we had a meeting Wednesday. Tonalia is in need of water. They're looking around, their aqua table, all these. So Tonalia School is looking for water. And I think we're very fortunate. So water is windmill, if there's a leak or something, please report that. We don't want to Tony other than the yellow even like the Shinigan school, they need water. We need a lot of water. So they're looking somewhere else to buy water. So we be very mindful about the water. And I don't know if they're gonna come address you about that. That is mentioned school and so here we're very fortunate, not I shouldn't say fortunate, blessed that we have water. We call if there's a windmill that is not functioning or just wasting water, please report that as we need to really keep on top of that. I know, so that is what I heard, and that was part of our community. Again, thank you. There's 8 resolutions. Please stick with it. Don't wander home. The resolution is stick with it. You don't want to sit here all day, right? You have other things to do. So the resolution right now, stick with it. Don't come as a team. Stick with it and understand. Make sure that you understand what we're talking about is very important. Here our president is doing everything he can to improve our community. So we're not looking at handouts. We want to do things for ourselves. We want to be self-ambitious here, for our generation. 卡一对的送分品跟阿表演可以。
Vega, thank you for that. All right, questions for the officials? Then, okay, moving on down to Vernon. Okay, Senior Center. Head Start. CHR. Billy Goodman for veterans. And the only thing I got on that, because I'm also the veterans, veterans vice commander. Shay, I served in the United States Marine Corps, and so hey, that was back in 2008, 2012. So I went down there and came back, and so. But as far as that, with veterans, and here we still got chapter assistance for veterans that are here at Ts'ah Bii. Over here, go to the administration side and then apply for that. We still have some money allocated for that. That would greatly appreciate some of the veterans who are in need of help to go out that way and grab that. We still have some funding for the veteran trust funds as well. And then also, we also have a new housing policy that was just recently passed. And so I would ask all of our veterans that are on the call to please be sure to read your emails. And then if you have any other questions, please call in. Either myself or Billy Goodman Jr. We also have our meetings, every planning meeting at 1 now. We moved it to 1 because typically sometimes the planning meeting goes over to like 12:30, 1. So it kind of ends around that, so we kind of moved it at 1. So other than that, that's what I got for veterans. Club C. Anybody here from Club C? Roland? I mean, Ronald?
It's your new name, Roland.
Roland. Ronald. Roland.
Yeah, thank you. And,
Stand over here.
dengan tentang yang hendak kami pada there are servants of no net of much non. That's business side. You got what they're saying? Business side, they have also only a form, you got a lead, right? They is what we look at the same way with the government. Yeah, I mean, I never get it. Come to our meeting, us younger ones, we got also, it was kind of settling down. I'm going for 2 years now. So, yeah. The only thing that was brought up to me was, as a part of the community, they say, by the donuts and the turnout right there, the cranes. You know, you see a lot of tourists stopping there. They were saying that, I thought maybe put a barrier right there. Cut it nice one. You know, the restaurant right there, so maybe we could establish something somewhere that they can stop and do all that. Yeah. Other than that, the bedroom, we're having issues with dogs running around, wild dogs, taking livestock.
Yeah.
Actually, none of most died at dogs, have anything to say about that too. Could you check?
Thank you for that. Yeah. Any other questions for Club C? There you go. Other representatives, we'll move on to Coconino County Supervisor. Angie or Judy. Okay, with that, we'll move on over to,
Yate.
go ahead. You have the floor.
I'm trying to fight with my phone here. So da yasto dan chill. Hiki achugo kochugo. Ada kweko ya be hadesin sendao ya she Judy begain she at what it eat ni enschlingo sedish gishni bashishin lashi da she tachi ne da shanal aro tsako hasan or yedo isin nasha aro did um lay a teen a cow springs on the inscription house a teen niki a the aya by bonnet Coconino County do a ha and lay ayego yiltisko a teen a bus do by a shon da do as a ego that's king to da do be got do in the altrata dat eben na kwa ye was not lege height that temporary got county height that they don't leave additional about since about 6 months ago before I took office. Okay, this past week we met, and that's what we're going to be looking at. But we will consult with the chapter, and see what kind of we can put in there for temporary. Adoshi, a council delegate, can be is a part of it pretty much. If he could do something with it from then on, because that is on tribal land. But the county pretty much tries to help here and there with that road. You see, that's the number one thing that really is something that we would like to see something done with that area just for the students and going to the clinic and going to work. And so it's kind of hard for the community. Yard and Leniki Yegon hits up on hot lay Washington there could all you a alchinic at the TANF programs though social services programs at that higi aid art bahint of course it did na hota dol ni no edota a yaleki abi yahako na nenahal no oko ako BIE dat hegi skotadat ol khalda no ayan dat any Washington no na stegi ade hanen khan test ado nta ek measles dot na ni ado nta yego ta hasya ati ado le the question lenigi da hato measles da hatishin na da ni no pa na da hanne Auto March 21st, Godashin, Tibet City, District Court, Haishin, Kitlan Band, not jail, attorney da ya nata edo da a jail jeta be court got da a Tibet City March 21st. I believe it starts at 10 to 3. I'm trying to get my notes here, but a day ya what a hashi do ade kitlan babi ga ha a ta tonan est in atlet do ado health and social health and social services human services, they're going to be there to do applications for various things that the county might be able to assist. So we'll go ahead. All of this is in a written format, and we'll go ahead and send it to the chapter officials. 3 minutes I respect that time to yani da illa do no da ba da han ado le na 1 week bi ha da ado le yan da da ni lo chi do an da to da hat ishi da also the necessity is to keep your home running jo hot heki to ye go pan hat they Washington they hot da heki na we're just letting people know. Although with the other chapters that we had, we did a SWOT analysis with them before prior to coming to Navajo Mountain Inscription House. Just like one of the report was Tonalia water, ADD, ani, we're here for as a voice, ado, yego, ado, lepan, hat iniki, elni, akot, but be, atrapen, height, unleako. Oh, that, ego, okay, we're planning to do one with, your chapter to sit down and see, what issues there are that we might be even try to help to advocate for and support letters that I don't know home mountain shade the Diego Bay on the Arizona side. You see, Hajon Hadol Losa no doubt so we're trying to get involved in a lot of things, but I think doing that analysis, I think we would be able to better understand, what the needs are in both Inscription House and Navajo Mountain. And we are working with the other chapters as well. So chapter meeting on dakin hit no ni at the nenta no ho ka ni what just ka such a na hat unliniki machine hit it con the inna at neck achita adol lagi the al indo halit ta hititsa jo that on nicht dan sa kis el to. I just want to say thank you for your time and thank you all for being there. And certainly, Angie has information that, same information I do. So in a lot of things, so she's being involved in all these meetings that are happening. He didn't need Mr. Curley for inviting us again, but we plan to be part of the meetings, either Angie or myself or both of us today. But we do have other meetings that usually pop up. So, your team, has no Flagstaff area. So we're just as a board of supervisor and board chair, they're contacting me. A adult خود need she na so yeah. Okay, what report what the written report will be forwarded to you all so you guys can read up on just what dust and go in his question and lead thank you.
Oh, thank you for that report, Catlin. Much good information coming from Okanito County side. So, questions for supervisor? There are none. There you go. Thank you again for that, Miss Judy. Moving on down to okay, looks like nobody else. We'll do. Yes. Go ahead. Joe. Jared. Come up here. Jared.
So those guys can hear you online.
Thank you guys for having me here on short notice. And to see you guys here shows your support for the community, really show concern. And that's cool. I really take that at highest level and it's awesome that you guys are all here. With that said, my children's mother, they did not here with us because of a certain disease, the addiction. She lost life through addiction, and I myself being different, I was addicted to everything above and beyond, all the way to violence and anything else that comes with it. With that, I heard the community, my family, and all I'm asking is not the community of whoever's been affected by addiction that comes with it. And if the families, if they want more information or resources, I just need help, me like in the community. So maybe like in the near future, we're talking about maybe like in a month from now, I would like to utilize this area here to bring awareness. And maybe if you have family members who are addicted to any of these substances and don't know where to go or where to start, I would like to come in the right direction and give an understanding of addiction if you want to know, because it's really bad, you know, like you just said, you know, and our future, the one for our future, you don't want the kids to go through what I went through. And if you're on the red, or on the reds out there, because people on the reds, let's for their level. And you gotta understand that too. And I'm making sure that's it. Here in the near future, I would like to, or maybe like local classes here, maybe life skills as far as like money management, time management, and understanding to see more and more in depth about what it is that at its heart. Maybe it could be so many different things, you know, what it can, and find out we can find out together, you know? And I would like to have your support. Thank you very much for your time and consideration.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Oh. All right, questions for presenter? Okay, thank you guys. So as we continue to progress as a chapter, as a community, those are the type of things that we would want to go ahead and implement here for ourselves. I mean, here we can take care of ourselves, we can do things ourselves if we put our minds to it. So with us establishing a public safety building, a new commerce center, all those other things that are for our our other leaders before us had put in place for us, set those foundations for us. And here, that's what we're trying to do and accomplish so that us as a community can be self-sufficient, self-sustaining. So that way we don't have to depend on the government to assist us with everything. We can do those ourselves and so on. Hey, that's what we're trying to get to. So I want to thank everybody. Thank you for the presenter coming up here and for providing that information. There you go. Hey, moving on to Herman Daniels. Okay, Robert Black.
Chair.
Go ahead, Robert.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Chair, I don't know, Vice Chair or Vice President, Secretary Treasurer. Our community members from I think in chapter, especially Robert Black Jr. AD, and then I provided a summary of the activities that Mr. Daniel was involved in for the past month and a half, and then also provided some of the meetings that he attended, including the one that's today. So today he's in Alamo, New Mexico. They're still on the tour where they're doing the nomination chief justice evaluation. They have it scheduled at each agency, and then including the Tuolumne Lake and Alamo. Yesterday, they were at Tuolumne Lake. So I think pretty much starting to come to a close on these activities, evaluation hearings that were scheduled for people to attend. So I don't know, the other area that he was really busy with this past month is the budget. He participated in the Law and Order Committees for the Division of Public Safety. you have the police department, EMS, and then several other departments that are under I guess the oversight of the Law and Order Committee. He participated in the Ts'ah Bii budget discussion, and one of these discussions, the LLC board chair introduced an amendment to transfer the protective services budget for the office of the president to be put back into the police department, so that we have additional officers that we could position out in the nomination. So that's where Virginia Charles Newton, the chair, was I guess open to assigning an additional officer in our area just to have more coverage. So that went on to the regular session, and that's where her approval to transfer the funds I gave got denied, or it got outvoted not to be included, so it was extended. So the protective services that the president had back gave still stays under his budget. I don't know. He also has been meeting with NTUA for projects that are taking place, including ARPA and other individual projects like the power line, the water line extension, to keep on top of each area. And one of the main areas that he's really faced with challenges is the Hachitan area, where water has to be trucked in daily, every day. And I think the cost and just the equipment and personnel needed for that has been really put a strain on the community, in addition to the surrounding communities where the water is going to be hauled from. And that's called the sign. So there's a lot of issues that he's trying to, I guess, resolve with this Teton water situation. So this is resulting from the King Mine, King Gold Mine spill. Then that we on the San Juan River, don't have any after it's been have gone through a water treatment. Not even drilling a well to go down to the level where they can use the groundwater, because I guess it's very suspicious of the area. So he did have several more meetings that he needs to be attending of. He's met with Shanto. He's met on Shanto Hotel with the president, and trying to move it along to get it where it will open up in the near future. The setback is on the site leasing area right now. The lease going negotiations, and I think we need to come to a lease fees on a big dollar. So we come in high, they come in low, or even to the extent they're saying that we don't want to pay lease for 3 years, and others that we'll start paying lease on the end. But from the Shanto, the DOJ side, we don't want to not be gathering any money, because we believe that the hotel is probably going to be making a profit from the get-go. But as far as the construction of the hotel, so this business side, the division director, Tony Solana, he supports our position, including the office of the president, Mr. Lang. He's also attended meeting with the president where they provided a check for $3.5 million from the time that the Navajo Hospitality has taken over for the Goldings operation. So this is the first return that the nation got from the land purchase or the property purchase. Hello, you still there?
Yes, we're still here. I was just trying to get the mute button here. Thank you for that.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. If you still hear me, good, then do you want me to continue?
I'm sorry, go ahead again. Yeah, go ahead. Continue.
Okay. So right now, I guess for the time being, the way it appears is that the Navajos, the hospitality has been pretty lucrative up to this point. So, and I think that's what we're going off of in terms of how we're negotiating the Shanto lease situation. So, I know that President delegates been up to Utah several times to meet with the Utah State Legislature and pushing the issues that are affected by Navajo Nation, including the missing and murdered Indigenous women. The projects that the Navajo Mountain Ojeto Road project, 8 of us, they've been trying to have the support of the Utah State Legislature to provide matching money to do the environmental impact studies, or the studies that initially are needed to start the project. So 1 million indates, the non-GA, we want to see the Utah State Legislature and provide the matching funds. So, but I owe you the option with some of the state legislatures saying that whether it's viable or feasible or whatever is the case with them, meaning I thought if they wanted to disturb the site, meaning to cut a road into the area where there's really basically no development going on. So, but from our end, we want to support this project because it provides a lot of additional services that the area would need in the Navajo Mountain area. So, but I think this should probably continue, and we'll wait and see how it comes out. I don't know for the Utah water rights settlement. The Lieutenant Governor of Utah presented the finalized water rights agreement for the Utah portion of Navajo Nation, ADA. But we should be getting a copy pretty soon. But I know they gave a copy to our Navajo Nation representation there, which was Sunbeam Parish, and then also Ricky Nez from the Navajo Nation Council, on the Heather Claw, who represented the office of the president. So I'm not on there. So, but overall, this is going to bring about some additional funding allocations so that we can start addressing the water needs in the Utah Navajo portion area, so that people are able to have running water. Navajo Nation Land Commission. But they were really brief, and that the main discussion here was what was going on with the downsizing of the federal government, and that numerous allocations such as federal funding to tribal departments or administrations that are throughout in the United States, and then one of them might be targeting O'Neill, and that if that closes the shade, that would probably pretty much bring an end to the relocation in 1974 Relocation Settlement Act. So, what needs to be put in place is the transition that's needed so that the Office of Navajo Hopi Relocation has to transfer a lot of the operations or responsibilities, such as the areas where they oversee in new lands or Padres Mesa Ranch and stuff like that. They need to start giving it over to the Navajo side. So other on the delegates also sponsoring a legislation to appoint Dr. Tommy Wright to sit on the Uranium Commission. He's also sponsoring legislation for targeting tours out of the Chi'i, which seeks to have allocation to have road development within the business area. That we have a special elections tomorrow or this coming Tuesday for some of the positions that are not filled with at certain chapters, and then there's still some positions that are not filled, and we may be looking at it towards filling them with appointments. The next one is trying to keep track of the results of what President Trump's executive order is doing to our Indian country. And I think, as we know now, there's some areas that we know they're already affected, which involves our Diné people. So he's trying to stay on top of that with the Washington, D.C. office. That's in our team. And then also there are numerous BIA office closures across the United States that are going to be targeted for closure. Right now, like I said, he's attending the Law and Order Committee meetings that are set up for schedule to conduct an evaluation for the Chief Justice. So issuing to be Alamo to be like to this point, that's what I have for the delegate support. I also listed all the meetings that he's been attending, and then also the ones that he's probably going to be attending. Yesterday, so but this was done yesterday, and it's kind of like thinking that he was still going to be out there. But so the last date on the date of the meeting says meeting at Alamo chapter, which is today. So but for the most part, he's still scheduled to meet every other Tuesday, every other Mondays at LOCs, and then also the Navi committee meetings, or every Thursdays, or every other Thursdays, the land commission meetings, are probably as scheduled because they're not really on a routine schedule anymore. So it is I think well, his message to the chapter is to hopefully everybody is being prepared for the emergency declaration that was issued, so that we can look at our situation to address what needs to be addressed in terms of, I guess in this case, lack of moisture. So I think we're relying on our chapters to be able to be in a position to address these issues as they come up within this area. So, staff, chair, and then I don't know that chair.
Thank you for that, Robert. Thank you for that report. I did get that report, and so I will be able to print that out for everybody here. Whoever wants a copy of that, we should be able to print that out. So, any other questions for the LDA? Okay, moving on to grazing rep.
To report last week when we finally did our orientation and training, say you leave the hit the lady, that don't sound right. So we cover, we just don't cover grazing yet.
Lifestyle.
We've got that though homicide east side of that tree. So we got trees actually we covered. So what the heck? We did that audit. We haven't done our tally books yet for this year, 25. I'll start scheduling the tally counts. Hopefully next month, middle of next month, we'll go. Probably
almost the same as Jerry's, schedule. I'll be close to that, relation. By the way, agenda, next Monday, district meeting, Shantou. Wednesday, we have a big permit meeting, on the permit holders. The, okay. Agency meeting, they call. But I don't know, if that's funny.就以这样那个会的时候 shut down that way. I don't know if there's going to be, I don't know if there's going to be a natural resource on some of it. If that happens, I don't think we'll have an agency meeting. Well, she chapter one of the chapter house, I was about to, maybe to the city chapter, the state was a further down. We did with that, so if you have a grazing permit that's being transferred, I advise you to go down there before the 14th and get a letter of that Kimberly Mount, RADC. And Tony Robbins puts his signature on it. That we can use that as a tally count and auction course to get it. The inspector can you can use it there too. He did with that. I don't know, I've been getting complaints, yeah. Catch,现在以前听到嘛都他的这些，都也是那什上百方的家庭，韩国我都到手了，去学这些。You see them, they're right to shoot those dogs. I didn't know that. You see them running around out there or chasing animals, you got every right to shoot them. They were there. And if you don't, I got a natural resource for now. We can call that. If you have too many dogs, why have too many dogs? You guys don't need those. People should catch them, you call this number. And they're willing to pick them up. Collect them and send them off for South Dakota. I suggest you. I could hear, I just not plan.
Yeah, hey, thank you. Question.
One horse of that shot. One horse of that. Champa restitution, I know this is south of 98 they got to keep so. I don't know, the way sensible, if you can catch them, catch them. But I need to set a date with natural resources. They cut the car. They cut the car. I can get a date. The only thing I'm running into is the unusual cold. They got water and I go. That's going to be kind of hard with it short to get clarity. She got that money on there. She got $100 and for no, that's where they go. I know quick, but I was they go back and forth, I don't talk. Deal with that. I need to get those people down that way. Richardson's wishing at all. Because you go down the middle of the wild cows. So if you can catch them, pick them up. The other day, yeah. Down there, they said, oh, sometimes, yeah, it's the Kobe's, they caught them. How many hits? She had like 13 hits. 13 hits. Yeah, I mean, but I don't know how true it is though. You can catch them and load them up on a Wednesday. Take it to Kieta, inspect. The rangers, they can look at it with no brand. And for wild horses, you take it to Cortez, yeah. You can sell them to the auction from $50 to $500. But I don't know how true it is.
You're right.
Maybe we can get more info on that. Yeah, maybe what their policies is from the ranger station. Maybe we can get more info on that. Also, and another is, like he's saying, the water is the main resource. So if everything's on the internet, the way you set up your panels, one way in, it's in the hospital. They go in and they can't come back out. That's how you can catch them. So, but White Mesa area on this side, you're not close to 60, that's not good. So you can tell their inbreeds, they're small. CCA. That's how you tell the difference between the horses inbreed, it's too small. They're big. So that's just what I found out Wednesday. Because Sakonis, you can get close to 14 of it. But I don't know if she sold them or just lost them. This, what's her name? I think, Trump, she's a roper. Yeah, I know we love her. Cleaning, what's on out the dump. Because you go to the bed of that with church. Cleaning the feet church. Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and phone.
Yeah, we've got about probably 50 or 60 horses around that area. Quite,
Where is that?
they, X and where.
Okay. I need to get with you guys.
I don't mind being there, but they're not now.
So, yeah, we are not about, I know I need to get with those guys and, I need to set a date, with her, maybe, because that thing. We just set a date and, talk about how we're gonna catch those.
I was, Cortez auction yesterday, or whatever it was. Ranger at that time, they couldn't get a hold of the ranger. Which ranger, they didn't have a duty, he said. Keep it up, yeah, they need to verify the ranger. There's no ranger available. That's what Cortez auction was saying.
Rangers, they go easy on there, they should be, that's a couple of rangers, all big friends, especially they both have to be there.
Yeah, I think he's on
He's on fire, he keeps the kid, it's fine, Wednesdays.
yeah, nobody around that.
I got them out here,
Rangers and.
okay, sure,
Something,
You
but.
want to buy some out,
Rangers in my local area.
Okay.
yeah.
they're in that area, scholarships.
So, I did this,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Kat, for that. Moving on to warehouse, Stanford.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good afternoon. My name is Stanford Lake. Isi na shande tunishe do isi na shado the Tuzlan shlado turiti bashishin. Kiani dashichi do tohani dashinale, but I didn't. So today I'll be talking about the report that provided Vernon and the Ts'ah Bii chapter officials this past week. I made a site visit a few times last month, and currently the warehouse building, as some of you probably seen it, that Mr. Rick Pierce has dug some trench for the water lines. And then as of last Friday, he's recompacting, putting dirt over where the water pipelines is going to be connected to the main line up near just east of the chapter house currently. But he's waiting on N2A to respond back to him and also myself to make sure that we follow protocol of that connection. So we're waiting for them. So, and then the water line extends out to where the utility stub out will happen to the main warehouse building. Right now it's probably covered with snow over there, but there is some markings that Mr. Rick Pierce has put down. So he's right there getting ready to start the trenching of the footing. And then we're anticipating the beginning of April 1st, we provided that schedule that everything starts warming up because of spring, and that's when we're going to start to form up the areas where we're going to put the concrete, and hopefully by middle of next month we'll start to move and get concrete out there and get it going. So that's the update for that one. And then once that's completed, probably anywhere from 14 to 28 days based on the strength of the concrete when it cures, then we'll start to erect the building. And I know from there, as I said before, that it'll move pretty quickly after that. So I think Rick Pierce will definitely be in contact with Vernon and maybe have anywhere from 2 to, I don't know, 5 local people that will temporarily help with the steel erecting and also the any of the steel framing that will happen for that. So that concludes for the warehouse report. And then moving on to the 22 rewiring of electrification project. That one, Rick Pierce. Well, going back to the warehouse, actually, one of the things he installed just recently on the north side of the warehouse building is he placed the precast concrete septic tank in the back there. So he's working on that this past 2 weeks. So he's sort of did minimal work on the 22 rewired electrification project, which he's able to respond to N2A. I was at the time that I was there, the middle of February. There was a call by N2A on one of the project, Paul Blake's project. So we were able to respond to that. And so he's sort of going back and forth, but I do know once he starts to once the foundation for the warehouse is completed, then he'll definitely move on the rewire and electrification. On the electrification, I'm working to make sure N2A's on that they also need to be on top of this because it works both projects move forward as quickly as possible. So so that's my report, and hopefully that concludes it, and then you guys are in a warm place out there. So go ahead.
Thank you for that there, Stanford, Mr. Layton, for the update on the warehouse and electrification project. So questions regarding those projects? All right, none. We will continue on. Vernon. Okay. We'll move on to resolutions. Thank you guys for staying with us as much as you guys can. I know these reports can get really long and lengthy and tedious, but you know, these are some good information here. I can tell you that we're working in the right direction to get the things that we need here for the community. So, all right, moving on, TBK. Resolutions here. All right, Madam Secretary, go ahead and read the resolution into the record.
Number one, TBK 2025-06/001, accepting and approving the February 2025 budget report.
Thank you. With that, I have that here. So I don't know if you want to read that one too, the fund balances here.
Number one, general activity fund for February, 9,283.86 cents. Number two, personnel travel, 75,986.26 cents. Three, trust funds and claims, 9,695.40. Four, trust fund and chapter government, zero. That one's good. Grazing and land officials stipend, zero. Summer,
Youth employment.
I lost it.
Okay, first one.
Oh, the first one. Summer youth employment, 39,613.61 cents. Housing discretionary, 15,455.5 cents. Local government grant, 15,603.62 cents. Planning grant, zero. Chapter official stipends, $7,022.34. Scholarship, general fund, 18,791. Scholarship claim fund, $27.50. Public employment project, 20,886.40 cents. Veterans, 4,498.78 cents. Emergency, 13,695.7 cents. Federal fund, zero. State fund, zero. County fund, zero. Chapter maintenance operations, 6,031.91 cents. Navajo Nation general fund, 25,000. Supplemental, zero. Navajo Nation sales tax, 16,721.53. Navajo Nation general fund, 100,000. Supplemental, zero. That's all for last month and the report.
Agricultural
Oh. Agriculture and infrastructure fund, zero.
ARPA.
Other funds, 6-16-ARP, 115,91,971.40, and 74 cents on each. Other funds say that subtotal 369,282.03 cents.
Okay.
So that's total.
Okay, that was the total reconciled from last month. And so with that, we'll go ahead and entertain a motion. I have a motion. Jerry, thank you. Second. Renelda. You got. With that, questions, comments regarding the budget reconciliation? If none, moving on to call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your hand up high. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Elroy, how do you vote? 23. Okay, well, I guess there's everybody else dropped off. Okay, 23. Um. Okay, 23 in favor, opposed. 0. With 13 abstain. Okay. With that, motion passes. TBK 2025-066-001 passes 23 in favor, 0 opposed with 13 abstain. Moving on to TBK number 2.
TBK 2025-066-002, accepting and approving the monthly tax receipt deposited for February 2025 in the amount of $677.40 as budgeted.
Okay, thank you for that. With that, I'll go ahead and entertain a motion. Irene and
Mr. G.
Ronald.
Ronald.
What's that?
I'll let that slide.
There you go. Hey, with that, there's a motion in a second. Number 2. So, motion in a second. Now we're moving on. Questions, comments regarding that? Okay. With none, we'll call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your hand. Okay, 25. Alroy, 26. Thank you for that. Opposed? And abstain. 10. Okay. And that's number 2. TBK 2025-066-102 passes with 26 in favor, 0 opposed, and 10 abstain. Moving on to 3.
TBK 2025-066-003, approving and supporting the House Discretionary Assistance to the eligible applicants in the amount of $450 to their selected vendors. Vendor, I put an S there, vendor.
Okay, with that motion, Jerry, thank you. Second, Sandoval. With that, questions, comments? Okay, moving on to call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your hand. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 24. 25. 25. Thank you for that. 25 in favor, 0 opposed. Okay, opposed, I'm sorry. Abstain. 11 abstain. Okay. TBK 2025-066-003 passes with 25 in favor, 0 opposed, and 11 abstain. Moving on to 4.
TBK 2025-066-004, approving and supporting the budget transfer of $1,000 from the fund 36-6333 diesel fuel to fund 36-6320 gasoline vehicle $1,000 to cover the shortfalls to date that were not anticipated.
Okay. Go ahead and call for the motion. Irene. Second. Jerry. Okay, comments, questions? If none, go ahead and call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your hand. And I think that's 18, 19, 21, 22, 24, 24, and 25, 26, 26. Opposed? Abstain? The 10. Okay. TBK 2025-066-004 passes 26 in favor, 0 opposed, 10 abstain. Moving on to number 5.
TBK 2025-066-005, approving and supporting the budget transfer of $256.62 from 003-6604 to Fund 03-6303. Operating supplies is $256.62 to cover the shortfall to the day that were not anticipated.
Okay, with that, call for the motion. Sandoval. Second. Roland.
Ronald.
What is, hey, Ronald?
Yeah.
I'm just picking on you, Jake. All right.
It's sad.
We'll change your name now.
Okay. Questions, comments? None, call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your hand up high. 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 26. Harold, how do you vote? 27. Okay, opposed? Abstain? 9. Okay, TBK 2025-066-005 passes 27 in favor, 0 opposed, 9 abstain. Moving on, number 6.
TBK 2025-0660-005, approving and supporting the budget transfer of $256.62 from 03-6604 catering to Fund 03-6303 operating.
6.
Oh, I'm sorry. TBK 2025-066-006 requested and urging the Nation Council to amend legislation 0012-25 to reallocate police resources for the Natuzan, Objeto, Shanto, and Ts'ah Bii regions. Urging the Nation President to employ a dedicated security detail and return police officer to the community control duties, emphasizing the immediate need for a public safety building in the Ts'ah Bii area.
Okay. With that, we got a motion. Ronalda and Irene seconds.
Second.
Irene. Okay, questions, comments? If none, call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your hand up high. 9, 2,
I heard you vote twice.
28, 27, I'm sorry. 27. Oppose. Abstain. 9. Okay, moving on. TBK 2025-07.
TBK 2025-066-007. Approving and supporting the budget transfer of $29,739.60 from 36-6380 building materials to fund 36-6101-21 salary temporary 29,739.60 to the shortfall to date that were not anticipated.
Okay. With a call for the motion. Jerry, Paul, second. Okay, comments, questions? Okay, call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your hand up high. Okay, 24, 25. Opposed? Abstain, 8, correction. 11. Okay. TBK 2025-066-007 passes 25 in favor, 0 opposed, and 11 abstain. Number 8.
TBK 2025-066-008, approving and supporting the budget transfer of $521.28 from 36-6501 repair and maintenance vehicle construction equipment to fund 36-6801 construction equipment $521.28 to cover the shortfall that were not anticipated.
Thank you. Motion, Irene. Second, Paul. Okay. With that, questions, comments? None. Moving on. Call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your hand up high. 26, 27. Opposed? Abstain? 9. TPK 2025-066-008 passes with 27 in favor, 0 opposed, with 9 abstain. That is the end of our resolution action items. Moving on down to announcement, St. Mary's food distribution again. That's a reminder, March 24th. And then we have our planning meeting. Oh.
I will send that back. Maybe carbon over here, they don't have an prison official. So I'm covering time, so too. Hopefully for another week. After that special election. They have that.
Thank you for that. Okay. Then planning meeting is going to be on April 7th, Monday, 10 a.m. Chapter meeting was today. The next chapter meeting is the 14th, Monday, 10 a.m. Again, daylight savings time begins this weekend, Sunday. We move 1 hour forward. I also have Diet Coke in my car, so if you don't want Diet Coke, let me know. Let's see here. District raising meetings the March 10th. For Vinnie's meetings, March 12th. Raising is March 18th. CLUPC the 28th. TBK Veterans, March 3rd, which is now going to also be April 7th, 10 a.m. NOS Regional Council is April 5th. Shanto. Other than that, we have a motion, questions, comments. Motion to adjourn. Irene, second by Ronald.
Is it an actual?
All those in favor, raise your hand. 8, 9, 10, 11, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 27. Opposed? 0. And abstained, we have 9. Or correction, 10. Okay. Time on deck is at 1:09 p.m. I do greatly appreciate you guys all for joining online, for those that are online, and then all for the ones here. We thank you guys all for joining. And again, just keep it a reminder, I'll put out a public hearing or something like that for the septic issue, the septic tanks and all that stuff, so we can have a meaningful discussion. And then, other than that, we'll continue the great work and then we will move on. We'll see you guys next month. Thank you.